is our StrataLogica program that we set up with our history department this year, our social studies department in the middle school. Townsend and Morris helped set this up for me. The way it works is basically this syncs up with Google Earth, and the way that works is we're able to look at 3D images of the world. We can look at, in particular, different portions of the world by looking at separate maps, and of course this isn't going to do it. While it's downloading. Basically, we can take outline maps for social studies.
Don't look at me.
That's what his wife said. Nice, Dave. But anyway, the way it works is we have different things like the Google Earth. We do outline maps, make PDF, and the project that we made is every kid gets their own sign-in. So they have sign-ins for every student can get to any kind of access that we have as teachers. Meaning, in a classroom, if we have laptops, they all can sign in at the same time, and we can do projects like name that country, name states and capitals that we do in 8th grade, that kind of thing. And the project we actually did was, we looked at 7th grade social studies, we looked at 8th grade social studies, between Eastern Hemisphere and U.S. history. And we did a project to where basically 7th grade did the early forms of the slave trade, triangular trade. We looked at the history of European trade with Africa, and then we started looking at what was being traded for the slaves and for the goods that were shipped back to Europe. So Africa's side, 7th grade social studies, I was able to work on that. I made a presentation or a project where I can have every kid sign up on an independent program, and they can add certain things to it. So there's a list of Meet, Townsend, and Morris, and basically if it's all, you can click on each one, and it takes their project out. So you can look at just specifically 7th grade or specifically 8th grade. You can add videos, you embed videos, you embed images. So you can do any kind of images. We have slave trade stuff. 8th grade, Townsend and Morris found some great ones on how slaves were traded and how they were sold in the early colonies. They have maps of what the original 13 colonies looked like to begin with. You know, you can just add all this different stuff in there. And it kind of works with curriculum alignment and the fact that in one project you have 7th grade and 8th grade. So as a student next year, these 7th graders can start on this Eastern Hemisphere side of Africa, move into 8th grade, and just add to their same project. It works really well, you know, with all the 6th grade teachers that have StrataLogica. You know, we can do comparisons. There's a split screen of the Earth that you can do comparisons of Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere, population, climate, land use, all that kind of stuff. The other great part about this program is it does have our atlases. So any student that goes home and has more map work to do or needs help with learning African countries or states, you know, they can go home, log in on their own thing. It's a web-based. They can do it on any computer they can get on the internet, log in on their username and password, and they can use the atlas. They can look at globes. They have the day-night that you just saw with Mrs. Kirk's. You know, there's day-night, there's historical, there's 3D buildings. You can look at the Eiffel Tower in 3D. You can stand on the road in Paris and look up at the Eiffel Tower. You know, it's just incredible. A lot of kids get on Google Earth. This adds so much more to Google Earth. It's great in our classroom. We absolutely love it. We've used it I don't know how many times. And I mean, if you need more information on it, how you can use this in even other classes like population, there's great stuff for mathematics and population and how that changes. Papers for language arts, all that kind of stuff. It really works great. It's something we found at the history conference last year. And, you know, anything I found in that conference, this is by far the one thing that I had to get implemented in a classroom for curriculum alignment. and for the technology in classroom. The kids absolutely love this thing. So that's it.
It's